My name is Nicole Bottego, and for my assistive technology lesson, I will be teaching about solids, liquids, and gases. So let's talk about my topic and my goals. So who will I be teaching? I will be teaching third grade students who have autism and intellectual disabilities who are placed in a self-contained program. They are administered with the VAP, or the Virginia Alternate Assessment Program. This means they do not take the SOLs and go by the ASOLs, or the Aligned Standards of Learning. The exact strand is 3SFME2. The student will investigate and understand the basic properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Key concepts include A. Identification of distinguishing characteristics of solids, liquids, and gases. So what kind of materials am I going to need? I'm going to need a lot because this is a very hands-on lesson. So I will need matter containers, computers, balloons, water, atom representation sheet, beads, a cutting sorting activity, glue, scissors, markers, a PowerPoint game, and a solid, liquid, and gas song. I will go into greater detail in the next slides about what these items are. So my end goal is to engage students in understanding the distinguishing characteristics of solids, liquids, and gases. So my first activity, I will be using matter containers. I will have 3 different containers. My first container will have a toy in it representing a solid. My next container will have water in it, which I have dyed to represent a liquid. And my third container will be closed shut with air to represent a gas. This is a great conversation starter to get the students engaged into understanding the different states of matter. The next activity is students will watch a Brain Pop Junior video about solids, liquids, and gases. If you have not watched a Brain Pop Junior or a Brain Pop video, I highly suggest you do. They are very educational and have some great supplemental activities. So students will watch the video, take an easy quiz, and completing a matching activity. Let's take a look at part of the video.
Sort or classify matter into 3 main groups: solids, liquids, and gases. What are solids like? A solid is a kind of matter that has its own shape.
So this is part of the video, and as you can see, we scroll down, we have an easy quiz, a hard quiz, and then different activities. So we will be using
easy quiz
and then doing the
games
in the games. After the students watch the Brain Pop Junior video, we will do a balloon activity. We will take 3 balloons. The first balloon I will fill with water and freeze to represent a solid. The second balloon I will fill with water and represent a liquid. And the third balloon I will fill with air to represent a gas. This is another great hands-on activity for students to see the different states of matter. We will swing the balloons back and forth and then end up dropping them to see what will happen. The next activity is we will do an atom representation worksheet with beads. We will utilize this worksheet and utilize beads to represent the different atoms in each state of matter. So this is a completed worksheet for you to see what it would look like. Next, students will engage in an offline product activity, the cutting sorting activity. So I have utilized bright colors, I have color-coded items, use pictures, and have clear organization. Let's take a look at the activity. So as you can see here, we have an empty grid. And then these are the items that we will cut up to put into that grid. So anything to do with shapes is in red, anything to do with volume is in green, and anything to do with being rigid or not is in blue. So students will be paired up. They will complete this activity and compare it to the answer sheet that is given. Of course, at any time, the teacher is available for questions. The pictures that you saw in the offline activity are from Symbol Sticks. This is an added subscription with a unique learning system, which is used for self-contained programs, just so you know. Next is the online product, the Soaring Skyward PowerPoint game. The class will divide up into 4 teams. There are 4 modes of transportation that the students can pick. There are 2 balloons and 2 airplanes. I have engaging questions that there are pretty simple answers that go over the material from the lesson. Let's take a look at some of the questions. so here you see the boarding passes. This represents the 12 different questions. So let's click. A blank has atoms packed closely together and arranged in a pattern. That would be a solid. So since we got the answer right, we go to the transportation page. We're going to be a balloon for right now. Move our balloon. We'll select the next question. When atoms are arranged blank, they're classified as a liquid. I'm not quite sure, so let's eliminate one answer. Okay, I think it's randomly. Awesome. When atoms are very far apart, they form a blank and move around randomly. Uh-oh, you see that we got that question wrong. So I just wanted to show you some examples of getting the answer correct, getting it wrong, and eliminating an answer. So what are the connections between the offline product and the online product? I have used simple language in both. And for the sorting activity, it will definitely assist the students in answering the online activity questions. I have continued to use visuals throughout. So to end the lesson, students will sing a solid liquid gas song that goes to the tune of Farmer in the Dell. Let's take a listen.
Solid liquid gas, solid liquid gas. There are three states of matter, solid liquid gas. A solid keeps its shape. Some are hard, some can break. Like a table or a roll of tape, a solid keeps its shape. A liquid shape depends on the container that it's in. Like a cup, bottle, or a metal tin, a liquid shape depends. A gas you cannot see. It's in the air that we breathe. Helium, oxygen, or steam, a gas you cannot see.
So I'm sorry for my bad singing, but I just wanted you guys to be engaged in part of the lesson. So why did I do the adaptations that I did? So students definitely tend to do better with visuals and less words. This is especially true in our self-contained programs. So that's why I tried to use a lot of visuals in my offline activities. And hands-on activities are definitely engaging for students and more interesting. So that's why we did the balloon activity and we did the matter containers. So I found this great quote. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. So for this lesson, I made two different assessments. This first assessment has 10 questions total. There are 2 drop-down choices for each question, and the questions have been seen in both the offline and online activities. Let's take a look. So as you can see, the answer choices are in blue. We will utilize our speech-to-text feature in Word to hear the question.
Solids have atoms packed closely or randomly together.
So after the students heard the question, they will click here and choose their answer. The next assessment was created for those learners who need more visuals. These have the same exact questions as assessment number 1, however, there are pictures. A key is given at the end to help connect the pictures with the words. Let's take a look. So as you can see here, these are pictures that the students have seen in the offline activities. So at the end, there is a key for the student to see what the word is correlated to the picture. I'm going to end my lesson with this quote that I found. For most of us, technology makes things easier. For a person with a disability, it makes things possible. I definitely think that's true. I really enjoyed creating this lesson because I learned about the assistive technology tools that are available for me, especially in Word and PowerPoint. And I definitely utilize that snipping tool a lot. Thanks for watching.